sentence. That's where our keywords are. That's where we're going to find our answer choice. And so our correct answer choice is going to be D. Because choice D says, some of the obsidian used by the Olmecs came from the area around Teotihuacan. Exact match. Exact match. Alright? And so I know that's where I need to look, and that's where I'm going to find my answer. Right in our keyword sentence. Don't leave it. Don't read anything else. Stay there. It's in that sentence. Okay? I'm trying to make it easy for you when going through this process. Question number 11. Before we do question number 11, let me back up and tell you something. All right. Earlier in the strategy course, I explained to you how the TOEFL people make correct answers, or how they pick an answer choice, or how they make an answer. They get a reading passage, they look at a sentence, and they say, okay, we're going to make an answer choice from this particular sentence. This is how they make a question. Hold on number 11. I'm not going to go to it right now. I'm trying to explain something important to you. They look at a sentence like this, and they say, okay, we're going to make a question off of this sentence. Then when they make the question using synonym language. Okay? Or sometimes they'll use some words that are in the question itself to make a question. And then they'll pick an answer choice, the answer choice, from that same one sentence. Many times when they list the answer choice, they'll use synonym language with the answer choice. Alright? And that's how they make a question. That's how they choose an answer. Alright? So, if they're using one sentence to pick an answer choice, then you should be doing the exact same thing. Finding that sentence and using it. Now, the other way that sometimes they'll make a question is, they'll say, okay, well, we're going to use, this is our keyword sentence, and then we have another sentence that starts with the word this. So the way they make a question this way also is, what they'll do is they'll use this sentence prior to 200 BC to make the question, and then they'll pull the answer choice from the next sentence because they know it starts with this or around this time or that. So they pick, and they know that means it's directly connected to the keyword sentence. So they'll make the question from the previous sentence, and they'll pick the answer from the connected sentence because it has this or this time. So if you know that's how they make their detailed questions, their inference questions, if you know that's how they make them, then you should use the exact same strategy when you're picking your answer choices. Use that exact same strategy, okay? For your inference questions, you know it could be a one sentence or a two sentence. Use your strategy, folks. Use it and you make it easy. Alright, now let's go to number 11. Sorry for that digression, but I thought it was important to remind you and point out to you how they make TOEFL questions a lot of times. Alright, here we go. Select two answer choices that are mentioned in paragraph 5 as being features of Teotihuacan that may have attracted immigrants to the city. To receive credit, you must select two answers. Alright? Keywords are what? May have attracted immigrants to the city. Features may have attracted immigrants to the city. May have attracted. Alright, so features and attracted immigrants. Features and attracted immigrants. So I need to go up and look in paragraph 5 and find that information. Okay? Here we go. Such success may have attracted immigrants to Teotihuacan. So this is our keyword sentence. because I see the words attracted immigrants to Teotihuacan. Now, because I know my strategy, and because you know my strategy, you know where to look for your answer choice. First of all, our keyword sentence starts with the word such. We know the word such is in our category of words. This, those, that, these, mean, those, now, so. So because it starts with the word such, that lets me know one of our answer choices is in the previous sentence. The next sentence starts with in addition. We also know that any transition word is connected to the keyword sentence, so I know another one of my answer choices is inside of this particular sentence. So again, knowing my strategy helps me know where to find my answer choices. Knowing that simple thing about when you have to read the next sentence or when you have to read the previous sentence helps you to find an answer choice very, very quickly, very easily. Long-distance trade in Obsidian probably gave the elite residents of Teotihuacan access to a wide variety of exotic goods, as well as a prosperous life. Okay? And so, we look at our answer choices, and then we can go ahead and look and find our answer choices. So let's have a look. And see if we can find us a match. Let's look at our other one also, just so we can look at it now before we look at our answer choices. The other one says, in addition, Teotihuacan's elite may have consciously attempted to attract new inhabitants. Look here. It is. Alright, so this is a very tricky question here, so be really careful. Alright, we have in addition, which lets me know we need to read that sentence. We have it is, alright, because we know it is, that's also one of our language that helps us know what we have to read. So for this one, this could be a time-consuming question. Okay? This could be a time-consuming question. Alright, so let's look here. In addition, it is. In addition, Teotihuacan's elite may have consciously attempted to attract new inhabitants. It is also possible that as early as 200 BC, it may have achieved some religious significance. Alright, so let's look and see. Yeah, this one's a really tricky question. Wow. Right, finally, the growing population was probably fed by increasing the number of irrigated fields. Alright, so wow. This question is really a doozy. Alright, really a doozy because of the linking language, you literally have to read this whole paragraph, but unfortunately you have to. Alright, because of the language, because you have all these connected sentences. So you have to read that paragraph and then find which ones you see. Really, really tricky question. They're wrong for doing that kind of question. Tricky, time consuming. Alright. The prosperity of the elite, we don't see that. Okay. The presence of more religious shrines, we do see that as an answer choice. We do see that one as an answer choice. And so that's definitely one of our answer choices. Alright. And we have choice A, the prosperity of the elite. Let me try and help you guys out with doing this one. We see a growing population and irrigated fields, but we know that choice number, there's nothing about being well paid. Okay, so we know that one is wrong. And we know that the elite residents had a prosperous life. That's how we know that A is correct. Okay, and I see nothing here talking about plenty of available housing. All right, so yeah, like I said, you had to look at some of those answer choices to help you find what you were supposed to look at in terms of doing this one. Very tricky question. All right, but you got to be careful with it. In paragraph 6, the author discusses the thriving obsidian operation in order to do what? Why does he discuss the thriving obsidian operation? All right, so we know this is a purpose question. We know from our strategy that we can either have a one-sentence or a two-sentence purpose question. Okay, and so let's go take a look at that language and see. If it's a one-sentence purpose question, our purpose is stated in that one sentence. We know it's a one-sentence purpose question when it uses a semicolon. Okay, when it uses a semicolon. And we know that it is a, so let's go look at this one. The thriving obsidian operation, for example, would necessitate more miners, additional manufacturers of obsidian tools, and additional traders. All right, this is a two-sentence one. All right, so I have to look at when we're doing the purpose question. Remember, we look at the previous sentence to get the purpose. When we have a two-sentence purpose question, look at the previous sentence. The picture of Teotihuacan that emerges is a classic picture of positive feedback among the obsidian mining and working, trade, population growth, irrigation, and religious tourism. The thriving obsidian operation, for example, would necessitate more miners, additional manufacturers of obsidian tools, and additional traders to carry goods to new markets. So this sentence is an example of what's stated in the previous sentence. And our previous sentence is talking about positive feedback among obsidian mining, working, trade, population growth, irrigation. A lot of different factors. And the next sentence is an example. So when we look at our answer choices, explain why manufacturing was the main industry in Teotihuacan. All right, be careful with this one. All right, it uses the word manufacturing, but it does not say main industry. So we know A is wrong. It doesn't say that. The word main. You know, whenever we see those words, main, most importantly, most significantly, the most, the better, less, greater. Whenever we see those kind of words, they often use those words to make something wrong. So when I saw the words main industry, I knew that was wrong. Okay? Give an example of an industry that took very little time to develop. They did give an example, all right, but there's no mention of little time to develop. No mention of that at all, so we know that one is wrong. We know that's not mentioned in our previous sentence. There's no mention of having little time to develop, and so we know that's wrong. Choice C is correct. Choice C says, illustrate how several factors influence each other to make the city, Teotihuacan, a powerful and wealthy city. And in the previous sentence, they mentioned other factors. They mentioned these factors. They mentioned mining, trade, population growth, irrigation, religious tourism. And so this sentence is an example of all those factors at work. So that's why choice C is our answer. Choice D is wrong. There's no mention of conflict, wealth and conflict, and so we know that's wrong. Choice 13. Choice 13. This is our sentence addition question. our sentence addition question. In paragraph 1 of the passage, there's a missing sentence. Well, okay, we know how to do this question, right? Here's our sentence. Sentence addition question, we have to make sure that we look at the key words. Okay? We got to look at our key words. If we look at our key words, then that's going to help us with being able to find where the sentence belongs. So it says, in fact, artifacts and pottery from Teotihuacan have been discovered in sites as far away as Maya lowlands, Guatemalan highlands, northern Mexico, Gulf of Mexico. Gulf Coast of Mexico. So we have artifacts and pottery discovered in sites far away. Alright, so I know the language in fact. That means the previous sentence has to mention something about something being far away or being found far away. I know that's where that's going to belong. Alright, choice A is going to be incorrect. Alright, because the previous sentence mentions nothing about artifacts and pottery being found in or discovered in sites far away. So, there's no mention of any words connected to these other words they say here about the other places, Maya, Guatemala. So I know that's wrong. B is wrong for the same reason. Alright. No connecting sentence to artifacts and pottery being found in faraway sites. Choice C, same reason, wrong. No mention about artifacts, pottery, far sites. Because of the word in fact, I know my previous sentence has to mention something about other sites being far away and artifacts and pottery. That means D is our answer choice. Previous sentence says, moreover, the city had economic and religious contacts with most parts of Mesoamerica. Alright, so here in the previous sentence they said he had contacts in most parts of Mesoamerica. This sentence talks about artifacts and pottery being discovered in these other sites, Maya, Guatemala, North of Mexico, Gulf of Mexico. That's the contacts with most parts of Mesoamerica. So I know that option D is the correct answer choice. And then we have our last question, which is our summary question. And with a summary question, we know with the summary question that we can handle this question, and by doing it, because correct answer choices will be summaries of different paragraphs. And the wrong answer choices are details and facts, but correct answer choices are always summaries of paragraphs. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure you go and look at your topic sentences, because your topic sentences can help you and give you a good idea as to if an answer choice is a summary or not. So let's look at A. The number and sophistication of architectural, administrative, commercial, and religious features indicate the existence of centralized planning and control. This is the correct answer choice. It is a summary of paragraph 1. Alright, it's a summary of paragraph 1. It mentions paragraph